Hello, my very dear Libras. This is your reading for the week of June 29th. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or when you hear it and it resonates. As I was working with your collective energy a little earlier, the first thing that dropped into my head was the title of a book by C.S. Lewis called Surprised by Joy. What I remember very clearly out of that book was him describing a moment where he was in a garden, and I might be remembering this incorrectly, but the essence is what's important. That in the midst of just going about whatever he was doing in his garden, he noticed this lone, beautiful raspberry in the middle of this verdant green bush. And it was just that moment of surprise and the beauty of the color and the lushness of the berry, and how that one simple single thing just flooded him with all of this joyous emotion. So what I feel is important for you in this, Libras, is that I think of all the signs, you're the ones that have said most consistently, I can't feel, or I don't feel deeply, or I don't feel as much as I would like. I don't think I feel as much as other people. And what Spirit is saying is this is your doorway into being able to feel in a way where it is not threatening, where you can start opening yourself up to that sensation, and that it's not about looking for it in big ways, because you have a tendency to think that it's got to be really big and really almost concrete in a way for you to be able to feel and acknowledge it. But what Spirit is saying is no. It's the small ways that are going to work for you. There have been certain times where air signs have a tendency to be a little bit more highly tuned nervous system wise. It's revving at a higher rate. So there can be that inclination towards anxiety, overthinking. And that can get you out of the heart center, the heart center where you're going to feel the joy. It can kind of move you out of wanting to be feeling a lot of emotion, because if your nervous system is already at a high pitch and you're already dealing with a lot of thoughts, the idea of sometimes having more emotion come in can be overwhelming. So this is a way for you to be able to actually let yourself start. I literally see it like each time there's a moment of recognition where you let yourself just sit with it. And I'm not talking like 20 minutes. I'm just talking about the feeling of it. And again, it goes back to positive neuroplasticity. When you can stay in a positive emotion where you experience it physically for 12 seconds, if you can do that 6 times a day, Dr. Rick Hansen says that's better for you meditation-wise than being in a 30-minute sitting silent meditation. Now, I like that because for me what that does is it gives you the opportunity to start negotiating how much you're willing to feel and how you're going to develop a relationship with the act of feeling more, as well as the emotion of joy, because joy can be quite euphoric and it can feel like it's really going to take you over the top. So this is a nice, gentle way for you to start opening up to it. And as you open up to it, it's literally like I see it being a little beautiful window into dimensions of knowing, intuition, healing, higher guidance, higher consciousness. It's like that opens you up into developing rapport and contact with the broader world, with the energy around you in a way where you start to get to be able to play with it. Sometimes what happens with you, Libras, is that you can be so concerned about making sure that everything is right for everybody out there, that you're being seen in the way you want to be seen, but also that people are enjoying things the way you think they should be enjoying them. You take that upon yourself. But when there is a quality of almost perfectionism that can create kind of a wall that you don't necessarily intend to be there, you're trying to create connection. But when you're only giving and not receiving, it can create a disconnect. These exchanges are meant to be organic, right? Where it's a give and it's a take energetically between people. So this is part of the way that you start opening up to be able to engage more in that kind of connection, okay? You've also got the loss or liberation card here, and you've got, the change it up card. So the loss or liberation card is saying, basically, anytime you let go of anything or lose anything, there's always liberation in some way. Either if it's a loss of a relationship, for example, well, you have less commitment time-wise to that person. You have less commitment energy-wise to that person. You might have less involvement financially. There's always something that you get in return. Sometimes you got to look for it. But what this is saying is, because you've got the change it up card, which is basically saying, change as many small habits as you can in a day and see how you feel. Does it unsettle you? Do you realize that some of these things have just been habits, but they're not really fulfilling? Is it exciting? Is it stressful? What it's saying is, do it big. Do it big. Commit to changing things. And remember, when you change something, even if you let go of a habit that you really have relied on or really liked or felt good about, remember, there is something that you're going to get out of it. Now, if some of you, you've also got the attack card here, my friends. So if some of you have been experiencing conflict in your life, please remember, as you're looking at things, look at things differently. Try to look at things differently in terms of, because you've got the change it up card, it really does say to me, allow yourself to step back. Okay, so you've got remember, how would things feel if you knew that God was head over heels in love with you? Take a break from trying to fix everything about you, and keep your positive triggers around. So for those of you who might be experiencing some kind of conflict, going through some kind of changes based on giving up some things or letting go of some things, allow yourself to stay in a positive energy about it. Be willing to change some things just to see how it's going to feel. And then from that perspective, what you can do is you can respond appropriately, okay? You can respond in a way that is based on your ability to feel, rather than just the anxiety around just wanting to get things over with and have it back to normal or calm. Okay? This is about liberation, Libra. This is about liberation. And that is a wonderful thing for you. We want you to be able to have those moments of joy more consistently in your life and without so much effort. Okay? Much love, Libras. Take care.